search of significance. How many of you guys would say that feeling significant is very important, not just to you, but to people around you? Just that feeling of having significance, of doing something that creates significance. How important is that? I believe it's very important. I also believe that a lot of people are on that search to significance. I remember in the early 90s reading a book. Honestly, I don't remember much in the book. It was that long ago, but I always remember the title of the book. It was In Search of Significance. That was the title. It always stuck with me that people are looking for significance. All of us do. We want to feel like we're significant. We want to feel as if the work that we do is significant. You know, it's just one of those basic human needs to feel significant. I remember speaking with a young man, and this young man was in his 20s. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And he had come into my office. His mother had recommended he come and see me. He was also seeing a couple of other people. But this young man tragically had attempted suicide, and he's a high school student. Yeah, he was young. He was probably 16, 17, now that I really think about it. Very young guy. And had attempted suicide. And he was also seeing a professional. But just in our conversation, I began to dig in and just begin to ask him questions as far as how he felt and what led to that decision and what led to those underlying feelings of being just that exhausted in life to where as a very young person you would make that type of decision. I remember this very young man telling me, he said, I just don't feel like my life makes a difference. And that was his reality. Now, to me, I'm seeing a 16, 17-year-old kid. How can you really even form those types of thoughts at that age? But it was definitely his reality. And he said, if I were gone, I don't think anyone would miss me. And of course, I knew that to be untrue. I knew his mother and I knew his dad. And I knew other people would miss him as well. But that was his reality. Inside of his reality was this idea that his life had no significance, to the point that he felt he might as well just not have a life because he really wasn't making any type of difference. Again, it's a basic human need for all of us to feel as if we are creating significance, that we're making some sort of difference. And that's why when we were kids, you had attention seekers. Remember? They were always trying to seek attention. And even as adults, there are attention seekers. People want to be noticed. They want to be noticed in the workplace. They want to be noticed in their circles. But everyone has that need to feel valuable, to feel needed. There's some studies out there that show the different reasons for burnout in the workplace. And not just in the workplace, but also burnout in families. Like a mom can be burned out or a dad can be burned out just in parenting. And one of the number one causes of burnout, from what I've read, is when we pour ourselves into something and we exhaust ourselves into something without feeling we're making a difference. It's when we pour ourselves into other people or pour ourselves into a project, but we feel as if no real difference is being made, or maybe we feel underappreciated, or we don't feel noticed. And people burn out and they lose passion for their jobs and they lose passion for what they do when there's no real sense of appreciation. I look at my own kids and I notice how they want someone to be proud of them. One of my sons, Landon, started 8th grade today, and he's a dad pleaser, and he just wants his dad to be proud of him. And he works so hard, and he's so creative, and he goes above and beyond and over the top just so he feels that appreciation, that he feels noticed, right? And we don't grow out of that. As a matter of fact, I believe there's a huge correlation between happiness and feeling productive, feeling appreciated. The people that I know that are the most happy are the people that have found something they believe in, that they believe really makes a difference, and they're able to pour their time into that. Even if they have a full-time thing somewhere else, it's this part-time mission or part-time volunteering at church or volunteering in a civic type organization. But it's that thing, maybe the few hours of the week, that really creates the value inside of that person, and they're happier because they feel like I'm really doing something to make a difference on the earth. So let's approach this a couple of ways this morning. And if you're in business, and I think most of us on this Periscope, I think most of us are, I want you to think in terms of your business life, but also think in terms of just your natural relational life, right? Because I really think it applies in both senses. Let me ask you this. This is the first part of it. Would you do what you do if you weren't getting paid? And be honest with yourself. Would you do what you do if you weren't getting paid? If there was a value outside of the monetary value? If the biggest value was outside of anything financial, would you do what you do? And let me ask you this, a second question. What would you do even if it cost you to do it? What would you do even if it cost you to do it? And I think just answering those two questions gives us a really good idea of, number one, the value that we feel, that we give, that we create in what we do, but also, and makes us kind of think outside of what we're doing to the stuff that really matters. What would you do even if it cost you to do it? One of the reasons I love network marketing. Yes, you can make a lot of money in network marketing. You can do it. There's no doubt about it. But one of the things I really love about it is that you're able to help people move from A to B. Whether it's, finding money to get out of debt, because we understand just what big debt can do to our minds, or maybe helping a mom or dad come home and be with kids, but significant real stuff. And that's one of the things I really love about network marketing. So I don't have to make a lot of, you can, but I wouldn't have to make as much money as we make here to still do it, because I really see the value in it. Right? But that's important to me. I need to feel like if I'm putting my time into something, and all of us on here, we put a lot of time into this. If I'm putting my time into it, I want to know it's making a difference bigger than anything monetary. Right? Otherwise, I'll get burned out very quick and I'll go do something else. I have to feel like I'm really making a difference. So ask yourself, what would you do even if you weren't getting paid? Find a way to do that thing. Find a way to do it. Even if it's part-time, even if it's a few hours a week, find a way to do that. For me, that's speaking. To me, that's writing and doing motivational and having a message of hope and sharing a message of grace and a message of you can accomplish anything. Finding your destiny and helping people be equipped to live those destinies out. That's my passion. And I would do that if I never got compensated to do it. Because that's my vision and my dream. Someone said, speaking, that's what you would do. That's what I would do. Right? Because that's my passion, because I feel like I'm making the biggest difference there. So inside of our immediate work environments, what can you do to really create significance? Say you're in network marketing. That means you do team calls. That means you do individual calls. That means you do presentations. That means that you do marketing and you do branding. You do team building. You do training and duplicating. You're always coaching. So inside of those things, how can you create the most value? How can you attach significance even to the things you don't enjoy doing. I think that's the secret in being very happy and being very fulfilled in what we do. So, for example, take a phone call. You're going to take a phone call to someone new. All right, you're going to make a phone call to a prospect. How can you make that phone call significant? You're sitting in front of someone at Starbucks about to make a presentation. How can you make that 15, 20 minutes significant? If all you're doing is talking about products and a company line and a compensation plan, to me, there's not a lot of significance in that. There's just not. And maybe for you it is, but to me it's not. I don't get my kicks out of that. But I tell you where I get my kicks is if I can sit across from that person and find out where they are, find out where their fears are, but then find out what their dreams are. And find out where that person really wants to go, to be able to ask the heart questions, right? Find out where they want to go in life and then begin to present solutions and options. And it's all about them getting from A to B, and their A to B is different than my A to B. So I want to find out what theirs is. So it's not, okay, I'll get a $250 first order bonus if I sign them up on a 1099. It has to be separate from the monetary value. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's separate from the financial piece. It's what's the value? What's the bigger value that I can create in this 15, 20 minutes? Can I help this person dream again? Can I help this person overcome limiting thoughts and limiting behaviors? Can I help this person overcome a failed business in the past? Can I help them reach outside of themselves and really do something special? Can I help them move beyond failure and doubt and unbelief and come to a new dimension of, hey, I can accomplish something special. My life isn't over. Maybe I'm 50, but hey, my life isn't over. Maybe I'm 60. There's things I can do. Maybe I'm 65. The world isn't done with me yet, right? But creating value inside of every phone call. Ask yourself before you call someone, how can I create value and create significance in this person's life? In every meeting that you're in every room that you stand in front of, I'm not just presenting products, right? Forget that. I'm not presenting products. I'm not just telling people how to make money. It has to be more than that if we're really going to do this long term and have something that refreshes us instead of exhaust us. Because just working is exhausting. Building people and building dreams, that's refreshing. I tell people all the time, if you want to be great in network marketing, be a dream builder. Get really, really good at building dreams. And if you can do that and help those dreams come true, you'll never have to worry about the financial side. Because it'll just happen on its own. The world just kind of rewards that. Hey, California, glad to see you on this morning. So the second piece is this. Number one, find your own significance in what you do. And secondly, help others find their significance. Give their lives meaning. Give people purpose. Give life to dead people, to people who are dead on the inside, who stopped dreaming years ago. Give life to those people. Be a life-giving person. Give someone the chance at significance. I've always believed, and I think you'll agree with this, the number one business ideas just come out of trying to meet a need, right? An expressed human need. Find a way to meet those needs, and you'll never have to worry about sales. You'll never have to worry about recruiting if you're truly meeting the needs of people. We're in a people business, whether you're in insurance or real estate, whether you're in investing, whether you're in network marketing, whether you're in church ministry, it's always a people business. And that can't be illustrated by charts. It can't be illustrated by graphs. It can't be illustrated by numbers. This is heart and mind stuff. People are in search of significance. Get really, really good at number one, finding significance yourself in what you do. And then number two, helping other people find significance. Friend, that's success in my book anyway. That's real success. Regardless of what the commission check looks like at the end of the month, you found success. Give people the chance at significance. I think it's one of the best ways to live. I know it's a mission that I'm on, right? It's a mission that I'm on. I'm not great at it, but it's a mission I'm on. And I know you guys are as well. Thank you for being on this morning. I hope this was good. Just kind of speaking from my heart today. And what would happen if we just had an army of people that really found value in what they did? But we also had an army of people that were constantly looking into the world, saying, hey, how can I help you achieve your best? How can I help you be the best version of you? How can I help you become the person that really makes a difference as living out their dreams and their vision and their goals? Wow, how powerful would that be? Love you guys so much. Again, we will upload to YouTube. Just check out Paul Newman. Love you guys so much. Dream builders, that's the key right there. Love you. Have a great rest of your Monday. Have a great rest of the week. And we'll talk to you first thing in the morning right here on The Best You.